Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea and I have another video for you guys. Today I want to talk about Bitcoin, take a look at some altcoins because there's some very interesting things happening right now. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into this video. So guys, we came all the way down to below $62,000 yesterday. Right now we're trading back at 64,500 about. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce. And there's a very interesting thing that we need to take a close look at in the chart shortly. But something that's sticking out to me here is, guys, Stacks. Stacks is up 15% on the day right now. And it was basically unbothered when we saw this big move to the downside. Sure, we dropped about 50 cents from like $3.20, but now we're already back to $3.25 right now, and Bitcoin is still below $74,000. It's down about $10,000 from the all-time high. Very intriguing stuff to see. Bitcoin dominance trading at 52.3% when you exclude stablecoins. We're trading at about 54.25%, seeing a small uptick in Bitcoin dominance. I do expect that to increase as we get closer and closer to this Bitcoin halving, which is only about 1 month away, guys. 4 weeks. It's exactly about a month away. It's supposed to be around April 20th. Right now we're sitting at March 20th, so we're getting closer and closer. But seeing some of these altcoins move, if Bitcoin trades sideways where we're at here, which in my opinion, I'm going to show you shortly what I think where we're going to be headed, you're going to see some of these altcoins do some very, very interesting things. You know, we saw that little drawdown and everyone freaked out. Ethereum came all the way down to $3,100, which is absolutely insane. Look at that, just flipped green today. But came all the way down to $3,100 from $4,000. Very, very crazy. But we're starting to see some of these altcoins hold up relatively well now. We get that little bounce, that buy off the wick to the downside, and now these altcoins are popping back up. The question is, will it sustain? I want to take a quick look at Stacks before we dive into Bitcoin because look at that, guys. We're basically testing all-time highs. Insane. Insane. Absolutely insane. We've been talking about Stacks on the channel for a while. I really, really like this play, especially leading into this bull market. And into the later end of this bull market, I think we're going to see Stacks do some very, very incredible things behind the Bitcoin DeFi narrative. But now let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So right now we're looking at back in 2020 leading up to the 2021 bull market peak, over $64,000. And inside this green box, we've been talking about this green box for a while because I said, you know, in the previous cycles, you can trade and test the previous cycle all-time high for up to 24 days. And, well, what we're looking at right here is that section in time where we were testing the previous cycle highs of around $20,000. And now what I added to this is this yellow trend line, wick to wick, because back here people were expecting, oh well, it's starting to spill over, we're probably going to come down and test this wick, and maybe that was that, maybe that's that, maybe we need to come down here and test some new lows. Now, you know what looks extremely familiar to this? Well, let's look at right now. It's a little bit different because these are Heikin-Ashi candles, but wick to wick, the velocity is a little bit different. It's a little bit more flat, but lots of people are talking about $59,000 Bitcoin, that we need to touch $59,000 Bitcoin. Guys, I will say that I think there is a chance here that the bottom is in. The bottom is in on this drawdown. It will have been something close to about a 17% drawdown from the high. A lot of people are saying, no, we need the 20%, we need the 21%, because in the previous little drawdowns when we were making our higher lows, well, we kept getting these 21% and 20% drawdowns. And a lot of people are expecting that. And in my opinion, I think that there's a good chance here that we just bounce off of this and continue to the upside and make our way, rally into the halving. And I will also say, if we trade sideways here and create some market structure, which is completely fine, it's bullish, it's healthy, it's going to set us up for higher highs, if we do trade sideways right here, instead of just bouncing back up, which I'm leaning more towards the idea that we probably trade sideways and find a little bit of a footing here around that $64,000 to $68,000 price level. If we do that, then you're going to see these altcoins make some big moves, guys. I mean, look at stacks already. You're going to see, I mean, Solana went all the way down to, I believe, like $160. Now we're already back at basically 180. Pretty incredible stuff. Pretty incredible. So you'll probably see altcoins perform well leading into the halving if we do, well, if Bitcoin decides to trade sideways. Guys, there's a lot of orders for Bitcoin. Limit buy orders beneath $59,000. And I'm talking billions of dollars between 59 and 57,000. That's a little bit too large, but about to from 59, which is basically the bottom of this green box, to about there. I know it seems small on this higher term time frame, but there's billions of dollars. Will they get caught? Will they get bought? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I am leaning more towards the idea that we probably trade sideways here before Bitcoin decides to make that decision of, are we going to test the previous highs? Are we going to start to build some market structure and rally back to previous highs before the halving? Or are we going to make some market structure and come down and test that $59,000 or maybe even a little bit lower? Either which way, as long as we don't come below that $51,000 price level, maybe you see a wick if it gets really, really bloody. But as long as we don't break below that 51,000, I'm not worried at all about a market reversal. This is exactly what we've seen every single bull market leading up into all-time highs and breaking above all-time highs. We see these big drawdowns, guys. We see these big drawdowns, 20%, 30%, even 40% sometimes. I mean, this one was quite the drop. This 50% drawdown from the high of 64,000. Don't necessarily think we're going to see something like that this cycle. I think that there was a little bit of foul play when that was going on with FTX. But seeing a 20%, 30% drawdown is not rare, and I would even go and argue to say that it's not unlikely. There's a chance that that will happen, and if it does happen, that's okay. It will be an opportunity, guys. It will be an opportunity. Keep that in mind. I see a lot of the retail that came to the space. I talked about this yesterday. A lot of the retail that came to the space when we were rallying in this section right here around that $70,000 price level, basically in the 60Ks when we broke previous highs. A lot of them coming back to the space saying, hey, I'm selling, I broke even, I'm out. And that's maybe what we're seeing a little bit of this happening right here. But guys, the bull market is not over. The bull market is not over. You can't listen to anybody that tells you that, especially when the market structure hasn't even broken. Now, if there was people telling me the market's over at under 51,000, maybe I would give it a little bit more attention, because that would be the first indication that we're starting to break the trend, breaking below 51,000. And even if we do break below a trend, it doesn't mean that the entire trend is broken. Short term, be a shakeout, bear trap. It could happen. But like I said, guys, the bull market's not over. We're going to continue the upside, but there will be shakeouts. There will be drawdowns. There will be times where it will make people panic. I've been looking at these charts for over 8 years now at the Bitcoin chart, and I can tell when it's their first cycle and how they're acting and what they're saying, because people talking about it's over here, and guys, this is nothing. This little drawdown is nothing. Like back in January 2021, the drawdown before he reached all-time highs was 30% drawdown. We're only sitting at about a 20%. It's more so like 18%. And I'm not saying that we need a 30% here. I don't really think that we've reached that stage in the market yet. I think that we will see 30% drawdowns, But I think that we need to recover from this first, build some market structure, trade sideways to the up, to the right, sideways, and then a bounce to the upside before we start to see that those big drawdowns. But guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Take a breath. Take a breath. The bull market's not over. A lot of people are freaking out, and rightfully so. Especially if you're new here, it's stressful. It's stressful to see your investments get cut in 20% in the span of a week. It's stressful. But just take a breath. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. That's such a cliche, but it's just the truth. If you invest more than you're willing to lose, you're going to make decisions that are rash, and you'll probably end up hurting yourself. You probably won't be a successful trader or investor. You need to be willing to lose the money. You need to be able to risk it to make big gains. It's as simple as that. But guys, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Also check out some awesome referral links we have down below. We have a $4,100 sign-up bonus to Femex. All you get is click the link, deposit, trade a little bit, get a bunch of free money. Also go follow me on Twitter at 333Blacksea. I'm very active over there. Also, if you want, you can check out my Instagram at 333Blacksea. When I reach 100 followers, I'm going to give one of the 100 followers $100 worth of crypto. I was saying Crowcoin, but it can be really whatever. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.